Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just about 2 minutes, so please find your seats and get comfortable. So, 2-minute warning. See you in 2. And welcome to the 2025 AHL Hall of Fame Induction and Award Ceremony presented by Spotlight 29 and Silvercrest. My name is Evan Pivnik. I'm the play-by-play broadcaster for the Coachella Valley Firebirds, and I would like to welcome everyone in attendance here today and across this incredible weekend in the Coachella Valley. Welcome our players, our coaches, this year's inductees, our special guests, our sponsors, including Spotlight 29 Casino, Silvercrest, and Acrisure, the fans of the game of hockey as well, and of course all those watching on Flow Sports. So thank you all for being here today in some capacity. So we greatly appreciate it. What a great time last night at the skills competition. Hardest shot, fastest skater, a lot of fun to be had, and a lot more to be had tonight at the All-Star Challenge. The Coachella Valley is a special place, and more recently has become a hockey town. In 2019, it was announced that Seattle has chosen the area as its location for its American Hockey League affiliate. And in 2021, Oakview Group broke ground on the state-of-the-art Acrisure Arena, which you all got to experience last night, many of those, I'm sure, for the first time. And the doors opened in the building in December of 2022. From the moment that the fans first stepped in the building, there was a buzz. People gathered around, 10,000 strong, to watch the Firebirds, a team that already played 22 games on the road, play in their first game in their new home. And what do you know? They won. From December until the end of the regular season in April, the Firebirds crammed in 32 home games, more than enough time for fans to fall in love with their brand new team, and they did. I personally saw fans from the very first game who just came for a night out. A month later, those same fans were wearing a Firebirds shirt, and a month after that, a Firebirds jersey, and by the time the playoffs came around, they had their favorite player customized on the back of their jersey. It was really cool to see that all happen in just a 4-month period. And it took only 4 months, maybe even less than that, for this team to unite all 9 cities of the Coachella Valley, and the area finally had its own team. 2 straight Calder Cup final appearances, and now being able to host the 2025 AHL All-Star Classic presented by Spotlight 29 Casino is an honor, and we're all excited to continue to be part of this great journey. So as we get started with today's event, please welcome the President and CEO of the American Hockey League, Scott Housen.
Thank you, Evan. It's certainly good being on stage with you and being good to be back here in Coachella Valley. We've had 2 great Calder Cup finals here the last 2 years. So hello and welcome to all of you. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge two AHL Hall of Famers in attendance today, Brian Helmer and Dave Andrews. It's certainly great to have you here. And from our Hall of Fame Selection Committee, Al Coates and Chairman Tom Mitchell. We're pleased to have you here also. It's so great to be here. We're proud to be hosting the event in Coachella Valley and to be back in California for the third time for All-Star and our Hall of Fame induction. We had great events in Ontario and in San Jose last year. We're very appreciative of the hospitality given to us by the Coachella Valley Firebirds under the ownership of the Seattle Kraken and the Oakview Group. Thank you to Tim Leighton, who you will hear from in a little bit here from Oakview, and to Todd Leighton, Samantha Holloway, and Ron Francis from the Kraken for their support of this event and for all they do for the American Hockey League in general. And to the Firebirds, John Page and Troy Bodie, who we work with every day at the league and are members of our Board of Governors. Thank you again for all the work that you and your staff have done in hosting us here. We're all certainly enjoying our time here. A special thank you to Spotlight 29 Casino and Silvercrest as our presenting sponsors of this Hall of Fame ceremony, and also to Acrisure, who along with Spotlight 29 Casino and Silvercrest are the presenting partners of the All-Star Classic. I want to thank RJ Broadhead and Alan Furing, who adjusted on the fly last night for anchoring the team, which is showcasing the AHL across North America tonight on the NHL Network and TSN in Canada. We're proud to have our honorary captains here with us today, Lauren Henning and Grant Fuhr. I have a personal connection to both. Lauren was my head coach in Springfield when I played in the AHL, and Grant and I both grew up in the Oilers organization, albeit at different times and in different capacities. Thank you to both of you for being our special guests here. The focus of this event is on the storied past of the AHL, and I also want to acknowledge and congratulate the great players that are here this weekend from our league who showcased their skill at the AHL All-Star Skills Competition last night. You're following in the steps of many NHL greats who have participated in previous AHL All-Star Classics, like Patrice Bergeron and Zdeno Chara, as well as current stars in the NHL, William Nylander, Connor Hellebuck, and Mikko Rantanen. And just a short time ago, the last 2 years, Lukas Dostal and Dustin Wolf were our recent AHL All-Star participants, and together were co-winners of the Player of the Game Award in Laval 2 years ago. And finally, thank you to all of you for being here. We certainly hope you enjoy the event.
Good morning. I'm Tim Leighton on behalf of the Seattle Kraken and OVG Group. Welcome to Coachella Valley. Let me start off by making two apologies. First, dreadfully sorry for our weather. I know everyone from the East, we had to drag you here. Hopefully it'll get better in the next 2 days. And second of all, I'm going to get in trouble for this one, but I'm glad we're getting the All-Star game completed tonight and we don't have to deal with the tariffs, because we know the greatest product that Canada imports to the United States is hockey. So hopefully it won't affect the hockey players. I've given up trying to figure out what the hell our politicians are thinking about. So about 5 years ago, the Kraken and the ownership group there, Bondo, and my brother Todd and Sam and the Hockey Brain Trust started thinking about how do we go build a great development system. And we as a company, we're in the middle of building $5 billion worth of arenas around the world, including our partnership with the Islanders at UBS and our partnership with the Kraken at Climate Pledge Arena. We jumped at the chance to be a part of the American Hockey League here in Coachella Valley, and we're very grateful to Ron Francis that he had the vision of understanding the development system down here, how this valley not only needed a team, but in particular, how we can build a development system that will help drive and thrive the Kraken for many years to come. We're honored to be a part of the American Hockey League family. I've been a part of this family for 30 years with the Kings and then with Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. But now to be an owner of a team, I think it's one of the best investments we've ever made. We've turned down dozens of other investments from dozens of other leagues because of how much we believe in the American Hockey League. We believe in it so much, we spent $250 million on the arena you saw last night and again tonight with Acrisure Arena. So on behalf of Spotlight 29 and Silvercrest and Acrisure and all of our partners, welcome to Coachella Valley. We're honored to be here. Thank you to the two captains. We get the chance to work with both of them, Grant here and Lauren with the Kraken. Congratulations to the 4 inductees and your families. What an honor it is. We're proud to be a part of your family, and we're proud to have you celebrate the induction here in Coachella Valley. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Tim, and of course, Scott, for your great words. I say there's no way we'd be here without the American Hockey League, and especially there's no way we'd be here without Tim Leibwicki and Oakview Group. So we greatly appreciate everyone's help here today. Well, now it's time to meet our playing captains for this weekend's All-Star festivities, and as we do that, we'll welcome back to the stage Mr. Scott Housen.
Thank you. So it's time to introduce our playing captains. Each year, the AHL selects playing captains for each conference in recognition of their outstanding leadership and service to the AHL and their communities. These players have been longtime players in the AHL and have helped lead their teams and their teammates throughout their careers. They bring a special presence to our All-Star event. The captain for the Eastern Conference this year is forward Zach Dalpe. Zach was a second-round pick of the Carolina Hurricanes in the 2008 NHL entry draft and is in his 15th year of professional hockey with close to 600 games played in the AHL to go along with 168 NHL games played. He is currently in his 4th season as the captain of the Charlotte Checkers. Unfortunately, Zach suffered an injury, his second injury this season in December, and is not able to participate on the ice with us here in Coachella Valley, but we're pleased to have him join us here this weekend. He accepted the trophy on behalf of the winners last night. This is his first AHL All-Star Classic selection. Zach, please come up and receive your gift from the AHL. Thanks, Zach. This year's Western Conference captain is forward Curtis McKenzie. Curtis was drafted by the Dallas Stars in the 6th round of the 2009 NHL entry draft. He won the Calder Cup with the Texas Stars in 2014 and has spent most of his 12 years as a pro with the Dallas Stars organization. He's played over 700 games in the AHL and 99 games in the NHL. He serves as captain of the Texas Stars and is currently in his 9th season with the Stars. You can always tell a player has character when he keeps playing for the same organization, and that speaks of Curtis's character. This is Curtis's first AHL All-Star Classic selection. Curtis, please come up and receive your gift from the AHL.
Thank you very much, and again, congratulations to both our playing captains for this All-Star weekend. Each year, the All-Star Classic chooses 2 honorary captains to join the participating teams in the locker room and on the benches, instilling knowledge and conversation to all the All-Stars and everyone participating. This year's honorary captains are Grant Fuhr and Lauren Henning. Obviously, the National Hockey League careers for both of these honorary captains speaks for itself. A combined just 9 Stanley Cups won, 1,441 regular season games played, 231 postseason games, but the time spent in the American Hockey League added to these terrific careers. Both Fuhr and Henning now find themselves working closely with the Firebirds here in the American Hockey League. Grant is my broadcast partner for every Firebirds home game, and Lauren, in his 5th season now as a pro scout, for the Coachella Valley Firebirds NHL affiliate, the Seattle Kraken. We're honored to have both these men here with us this weekend. Please take a look at the screen for more on the honorary captain. First, we'll start with Grant Fuhr.
Grant Fuhr had stints with 4 different AHL franchises during his 19-year Hall of Fame playing career, seeing action with Moncton, Cape Breton, Rochester, and St. John. A member of 5 Stanley Cup championship teams with the Edmonton Oilers, Fuhr won 403 games in the National Hockey League, was a 6-time NHL All-Star, and earned the Vezina Trophy as the NHL's top goaltender in 1987-88. Fuhr also represented Canada in the Rendezvous 87 series against the Soviet national team at both the 1984 and 1987 Canada Cup tournaments and at the 1989 IIHF World Championship. A longtime resident of the Coachella Valley, Fuhr has served as an analyst on Firebirds broadcasts since the team's inaugural season.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Grant Fuhr.
Evan knows how much I like the mic, not at all, so. But no, I wanted to say, first off, congratulations to the inductees. I mean, it's a great individual honor in a team sport, so congratulations there. Thank you to the American Hockey League, Mr. Howison and such, for allowing me to be a part of this. I mean, it's a great spot here in the valley, and as you can see, our winter weather really suffers some days. And then a special thank you to the Firebirds, who allowed me to kind of dip my fingers back into the game a little bit, hang out a little bit. Evan carries me on broadcasts, Gino carries me on TV, so we have a little bit of fun with that. And anyway, I hope you enjoy your time in the Valley and enjoy the game tonight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're still applauding Grant Fuhr, so thank you for being here, Grant. And it's a Monday, so hopefully this doesn't cut in too much of a tea time today. So, off today. Okay, good. You have 6 more days this week to play, so don't you worry. Let's take our attention back to the screens and learn a little more about Lorne Hennig.
Currently in the 53rd year of a professional hockey career that began when he was drafted by the expansion New York Islanders in 1972, Lorne Hennig was a 4-time Stanley Cup champion on Long Island as a player and an assistant coach. Hennig spent the 1984-85 season as head coach of the American Hockey League Springfield Indians. Later served in coaching roles with the Minnesota North Stars, Chicago Blackhawks, and Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Hennig joined the Vancouver Canucks Hockey Operations Department in 2005, spending 7 years as an assistant general manager, and is now a member of the Coachella Valley Firebirds organization as a pro scout with the Seattle Kraken.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Lorne Hennig.
I think it was pretty appropriate that Brendan was in that picture there, and it was pretty cool. Anyway, I'd like to thank the league for what a privilege it's been to be named honorary captain, and especially with Grant. I was fortunate to play golf with Grant at Coyotes alumni tournament, just to see what a humble guy and even-keeled guy was, and just went to tell me how much of a phenomenal goaltender he was, such a great person. So it was a great honor. I actually, my American League experience, and I promise Michael said I only got 3 minutes, so it sounds like a long time, but it's not. My American League experience was actually 3 chapters. 1972, I was a rookie with the Islanders. We were an expansion team. and I got mono right off the bat. 2 months later, I was sent down to the American League, and they weren't very good either. They were young like we were. And Parker McDonald was the coach. My first experience stepping on the ice, the fans were chanting, "Oh, McDonald had a farm." So I knew I was in for a tough go. 1985, didn't start off great. I was coaching the Springfield Indians. And we started slow. We came back from the Maritimes, and the fans behind the bench had paper bags on their heads. So I knew that this could be a long experience, but fortunately we turned it around, made the playoffs, and we were the second best team after Christmas in the American League. And Scotty was our leading playmaker. He had 44 assists, so that's pretty impressive. And the final chapter was when I was assistant coach or assistant GM in Vancouver, and I was in charge of our American League team, and we working with our affiliates. So the first 4 years were in Winnipeg, and I got to work with Zinger, which was quite an experience. But Zinger is a good friend to this day, and we made the finals in the third year. So, and I got to work 2 years in Chicago with Wendell Young, which was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we didn't make the finals, but we had some good teams. And then my final experience was setting up the expansion franchise in Utica with Chico, Robert Ash, who's not here apparently, but and we made the finals our second year, which was pretty phenomenal. But and just to see how Chico changed the town of Utica and the fans that got involved, it was pretty special. So I'd just like to say I've made some great friends in the American League, and I will always cherish my memories. So thank you very much.
Another round of applause for our honorary captains, Grant Fuhr and Lauren Hennig. Again, an honor to have both those men in our building all the time. It's great to see hockey legends around the Coachella Valley. So now it's time to induct this year's class of the American Hockey League Hall of Fame. And while we do that, we'll introduce Scott Housen.
Thank you, Evan. Time for the induction ceremony. The American League created the AHL Hall of Fame in 2005-06, the AHL's 70th season, the brainchild of my predecessor, Dave Andrews, so that we could properly honor the people that have helped build this great league. Members of that first class included Johnny Bauer, Eddie Shore, Jack Butterfield, Jody Gage, Willie Marshall, Fred Glover, and Frank Mathers, all AHL legends, and 4 of those people are enshrined in the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. The AHL Hall of Fame Selection Committee is under the leadership of Tom Mitchell, who's here today, the longtime Binghamton owner, and I thank the committee for their diligent work in selecting our inductees this year and every year. Please see the video screen for our first inductee.
For nearly 90 years, the American Hockey League has been home to many of the greatest players, coaches, and builders our sport has seen. Today, we honor some of the very best, the AHL Hall of Fame class of 2025. Michel Picard was one of the most potent American Hockey League scorers of his time, putting up 283 goals and 638 points in 582 games over parts of 9 seasons in the AHL.
Hi, Pick. Denny Savard here. You can explain to the people at the party tonight what I meant about that. I just want to say it was a tremendous honor to play hockey with you. Also, a brief stint coaching you. You're always a great scorer, a great teammate, but an even greater person. And what a tremendous honor being inducted to American Hockey League Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Like I said, we had plenty of good times together. We won a championship together in Portland. Also, we got to spend time playing golf together. And, you know, it was a lot of fun playing with you. You're an excellent teammate.
Picard was drafted by the Hartford Whalers in 1989 and spent his rookie year in Binghamton before the Whalers moved their affiliate to Springfield the following season. At the age of 21, during the 1990-91 season, Picard was voted a first-team All-Star after pacing the entire AHL with 56 goals. He then led the Indians with 21 points in the playoffs as Springfield captured the Calder Cup. Picard won another championship with the Portland Pirates in 1994 when he followed a 41-goal regular season with 11 more tallies in the playoffs. He was acquired by Ottawa and joined the AHL's Prince Edward Island Senators, where he totaled 171 points in 112 games over 2 seasons and played in the 1995 and 1996 AHL All-Star Games. Picard scored a team-best 31 goals for the Philadelphia Phantoms in 2000-2001, and in 2002 he returned to Grand Rapids, where he had previously spent 4 seasons when they were members of the International Hockey League. Picard finished 3rd in the league in scoring with 84 points for the Griffins in 2002-2003 and earned second-team AHL All-Star honors, his 4th career postseason All-Star selection.
Pick, congratulations on going into the AHL Hall of Fame. Couldn't happen to a better guy. I know when we won a championship together, you were a huge piece of that. When I was coaching in Portland and I was able to get Michel Picard, one of the top players that ever played in the AHL, to put in with a good group of guys. We had a lot of fun in Portland, and you were a huge part of that core, that winning core, and created a great culture for us. So congratulations, enjoy the night. I love you.
I had the pleasure of watching Michel play for the PEI Senators as the general manager of the Cape Breton Oilers, and he was easily the most dangerous player on the ice. There are certain opposing players when you're sitting in the press box as an opposing GM that when they get the puck, you just know nothing good can happen, and Michel was one of those players. It's my privilege to ask Michel to please come up to the stage to accept the Hall of Fame Crystal Award and ring signifying his induction into the AHL Hall of Fame.
Good morning. I only have 3 minutes. I wish I could have stayed longer, but that's the way it is. Well, what an honor to be here. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dunc, Rene, and Michel. We all have different routes, but we're all going in together, so I'm happy to go in with you. Being a professional hockey player, you need support. And when I think support, I'm thinking about my family. My wife, Sonia, my oldest son, Raphael, Frederick, and Roxanne. Sophie could be here tonight, but a special hello to you. They've been, the sacrifice that they did for me to pursue my career, it's unbelievable. And I'm very happy you're here with me today, makes it even more special. For friend and family back home, thank you for your support. And if you don't mind, I would like to say a few words in French to my mom and dad, because if I speak English, they will have no clue what I'm trying to say. So, Henriette, Jean-Claude, Pierre, François et Robert, merci beaucoup. Vous avez fait de moi une bonne personne Et vous m'avez montré à persévérer dans mon hockey, dans mon sport préféré. Merci, on se voit bientôt. Angèle, tu es arrivé plus tard dans le portrait, mais je ne t'oublie pas. Merci beaucoup. Wow, where was that now? Go so fast. But I want to, the highlight of my career in the AHL is it's very simple. It's the teammate that I play with, the coach that I play for, and we're such a good league, a league where it's like a family. It's like last night at the party, I felt like I retired in 2004, but I felt I was still in it with all the people were there. It was unbelievable. And the highlight was obviously playing 6 years in Grand Rapids where they retired my jersey. That was awesome. Winning 2 Calder Cup with one of my 2 best coach ever. It's always easy to say when you win, you play with a good coach, but those 2 guys, Barry Trotz and Jimmy Roberts, were unbelievable. You always feel like you want to give those guys. I'll give you an example. When I played hockey, I always thought that blocking shots was optional, but I did with those 2 guys. So anyway, the American League made me a better athlete. Thank you very much.
A native of Regina, Saskatchewan, Dunc Fisher was known as a solid two-way right wing over a 13-year professional career that included 9 seasons in the American Hockey League.
Dunc was one of the nicest and classiest individuals that I've gotten to know in this wonderful world of hockey. He was inducted into the Hershey Bears Hockey Hall of Fame in 2014 and was so appreciated and grateful for the award and the ceremony. I can remember sitting down with him and talking about his career, his time in the American Hockey League, and his time with the Hershey Bears, his 2 Calder Cups under the direction of Lloyd Blanco and Frank Mathers.
As a 20-year-old rookie in 1947-48, Fisher recorded 59 points in 68 games for the New Haven Ramblers, and then spent the next 4 seasons in the National Hockey League, skating in New York and Boston, including an appearance in the Stanley Cup Final with the Rangers in 1950. In 1952, Fisher joined the AHL's Hershey Bears and soon became one of the most prolific scorers in the storied history of that franchise. He hit the 40-goal mark 4 times in a 5-year span, and he helped the Bears to consecutive Calder Cup championships in 1958 and 1959.
He was a great team guy. He talked at length about his enforcer, Bobby O'Brien, on the line, but he also made it clear that a lot of his success came from the centers that he worked with, Arnie Coleman and Red Sullivan.
Fisher played in all 6 of the AHL's All-Star games during the 1950s, and he was voted to 5 postseason All-Star teams, including 1 first-team selection and 4 straight second-team nods from 1954 to 1957. Fisher retired in 1960 with 285 goals and 335 assists for 620 points in 579 career AHL games. And he is still the Bears' all-time leader with 260 goals in a Hershey uniform.
Like baseball's Stan Musial, Dunc Fisher never gave the fans a reason to boo or be heckled. He never gave them a reason to. All he did was show up, score goals, play hard, and gave 100% of himself. And every night in a Bears uniform, he came to play. I'm sure Dunc would be ecstatic in his humble manner to be inducted into the American League Hall of Fame, as he was in 2014 when he was inducted into the Bears Hall of Fame. He's remembered as a kind, humble, tough competitor, short in stature, big in heart goal scorer.
Dunc Fisher was a prolific scorer, Calder Cup champion twice, and an AHL All-Star during his time with New Haven and Hershey, and played over 850 games combined in the AHL and the NHL. He's represented by his daughter, Heidi Fisher-Phillips, and his son, Duncan, here today. I would now ask Heidi and Duncan to come up and accept the Hall of Fame Crystal Award and ring on behalf of their father.
Thank you very much, Scott. Congratulations to the other inductees today. We know our father would be incredibly pleased to be inducted into the AHL Hall of Fame. He was very proud to be inducted into the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame in 2011 and the Hershey Bears Hall of Fame in 2014. As a family, we were also thrilled to have shared in these honors. We are sure that he would see his AHL induction as a very special honor, as he often spoke of his years in the AHL as some of the best years of his career. I was 5 years old the year my dad retired from Hershey in 1960. My sister wasn't even born yet. So neither of us have any personal memories of watching him play hockey. However, he always liked to talk hockey, so we feel we were there. It's very gratifying to know that in 2025, 65 years after he quit playing, still remember his accomplishments.
Our dad wound up in New Haven after signing with the New York Rangers organization. He was 20 when the 47-48 AHL season started. It was quite a jump from the Regina Pats for him, but he had a successful season. He was one of the most competitive people we have ever met. One of his favorite expressions was, "The only thing worse than losing is death." We believe this attitude made him the hockey player that he was. He knew hockey was his job and it was important to him. However, his teammates and others he met in New Haven were also key to that success. He made several lifelong friends on that team. After 4 years in the NHL with New York and Boston, he found himself in Hershey. He always told us that the Bears was a first-class organization. He often said that the players in Hershey were treated better than any other team in the AHL, and in some ways had it better than NHL clubs. He and our mom, Doreen, loved living there. They continued to make some lifelong friends. Their memories of Hershey were always happy ones.
Our dad retired when he was 33. His professional hockey career spanned 13 seasons. He passed away in 2017, just after turning 90. Most of his 57 years after his retirement had nothing to do with hockey. Hockey continued to open doors for him, but it was his way with people and his competitive drive that paved the way for his successful post-hockey life. Unlike today, players in our dad's era had summer jobs to supplement their hockey income. Our father ran one of the outdoor pools in Regina during his career. He turned that opportunity into a career as the head of the City of Regina's aquatic program. Part of that job involved hiring a team of lifeguards for all the pools. We can't count the number of times we have met people over the years whose first comment is, "I worked for your dad as a lifeguard. He was a great guy." Many of these folks became lifelong friends as well.
He was also a bagpiper, and he was a pillar of Regina's Scottish community throughout his life. As a teacher, band member, and pipe major, he had a tremendous impact on many lives across the years. Leading a successful pipe band is much like playing on a hockey team. It demands the same spirit of teamwork and the will to succeed. Much like lifeguards, we are always running into pipers who would say, "Your dad taught me to play the pipes, and he was the best." Hockey friends, swimming friends, piping friends, friendship was a constant throughout his life. In closing, we wanted to let you know that he was more than the hockey player who is being recognized today. He was a terrific father, grandfather, and husband. He was a remarkable person. Thank you.
Rene Drolet was a junior star in his native Quebec City before embarking on a successful pro career that saw him become the highest scoring AHL player during the decade of the 1970s. Drolet was 18 years old when he played his first game with the AHL's Quebec Aces in 1963, and he would soon be a perennial presence near the top of the league's scoring leaderboards. In 1968-69, Drolet put up 30 goals and 72 points for the Aces, his first of 10 consecutive seasons with 20 or more goals. He was also one of the team's top playoff producers as Quebec reached the Calder Cup Finals in 1968 and in 1969. Drolet remained with the Philadelphia Flyers affiliate when it moved to Richmond, Virginia in 1971 and made his NHL debut that same season. In 1972-73, he set career highs with 34 goals, 53 assists, and 87 points, and he would lead the Richmond Robins in scoring each of his 3 seasons there. Drolet joined the Detroit organization in 1974, registering 78 points in 72 games for the Virginia Red Wings. His production hardly dropped off as he went on to score 75 goals over his final 3 seasons with the Rochester Americans before retiring in 1978. Drolet's final totals for his remarkable career were 298 goals, 443 assists, and 741 points in 840 AHL games.
Hey, salut Rene, or Chico Drolet, as you were called when I played with you in Quebec City and also in Richmond. It's Bill Clement, or Clément, parce que j'étais un petit gars de la province, comme toi. And I can't tell you how excited I was when I heard that you were being inducted into the AHL Hall of Fame. It shouldn't have taken this long. When I turned pro, I was 19, and you were considered a veteran player because you were in your mid-20s, and you will never know how much you taught me on the ice and off the ice. And all I needed to do was sit back and watch how you conducted yourself, how you played the game on the ice as a professional, and how you conducted yourself as a person off the ice, also as a professional. I think if there was a Hall of Fame for classy people, you'd be the number 1 guy to go in there. So congratulations on your induction into the AHL Hall of Fame, and all the best. At some point, I would love to be able to shake your hand again. Salut, Rene.
During his 14-year pro career, Rene Chico Drolet played 840 games and led his team in scoring 6 times. It's my honor to invite Rene to come up to accept his Hall of Fame Crystal Award and ring.
Hello, My first thought is for my mom and dad. They will be really glad today and proud of their son. Then I would like to thank the American League Hall of Fame Committee and the president of the league, Mr. Scott Austin, for this honor. It's very appreciated, and I'm really proud of it. So, as you'll see later on, my hockey career was good for me, but like Michel said before, it's been great for the family. And like I said before, we'll go back in times. As you've seen there on the screen, there's no clip. It was just picture. So, the little guy from Quebec City who started playing junior hockey in the Junior Quebec League at 15 years old, and with friends just to have fun. But then there were only 6 teams in the National Hockey League, maybe 6 or 8 in the American Hockey League. So there wasn't much opening for a hockey career. But a couple breaks, I was lucky. And Quebec had a team in the American League. So after my 3 years in Quebec, the Aces made me sign a C formula, they called it then, so they could own my rights. And then the second break was the Montreal Junior Canadiens were playing in the OHL then, and they asked the Quebec Aces if they could use me in Montreal. Then the 2 years I played in Montreal in the OHL, which the caliber was a little higher than the one in the Quebec League. Because some of the team in the OHL then had some agreement with the National League team, some kind of farm team. Like in Montreal, I played with Serge Chavard and Jacques Lemaire, and in Oshawa, a guy named Bobby Orr was starting his career at 15 years old. So most of the team in the OHL had some big name that played in the NHL after that, and some of them are Hall of Famer in the NHL also. Then after the 5 years in Quebec, my home city, playing with my family and friends behind me for 5 years, that was great. And then the Flyers bought the franchise, the Quebec Aces, and after a couple of years, they moved the franchise to Richmond, Virginia. Wow, quite a change. Quite a change. Learning English with a South accent. I don't know how many times my wife and I and our little daughter then said, "What?" So, that was, but still we managed to get through it. And as soon as we settled down in our apartment in Richmond the first year, the first thing we did was send Julie. My daughter was 3.5 years old. We sent her to the kindergarten without one word in English. The first morning when she left, she turned around and looked at us. She made the lip there, and oh boy. But no, it didn't take long to be at ease with the kids, and she learned English pretty quickly, as most of the kids do when they learn something. And I remember one time in Richmond at the school, the principal of the school, Mrs. Watkins, and she said to me and Louise, it's the first time you ever see a French girl speaking English with a South accent. And then after Louise, I have to talk about Louise. She's been behind me all the way. And like I said, when we first moved to Richmond, she wouldn't say a word in English. And then by watching The Price is Right, that Make a Deal, and few soaps on TV there, then mixing it up with the girls, the wife of the players, she improved very quickly, and she was very determined, and she did. And then the last 3 years in Rochester, then Nicholas was born. Nicholas was 3 years old when we got to Rochester. Him too has to start to go to school, kindergarten and school. And then by being on the road most of the time, Louise was raising the 2 kids, taking care of the English homework, plus teaching them French, because they had to learn French also. So she did such a great job. It was unbelievable, Louise. Thank you very much. I'm so proud of you. And then, as I said before, it was been good for the family. Nowadays, Julie, Nicholas, and my granddaughter, Veronica, all three of them graduate at McGill University. So that was a great, great reward for us after these years in the States. And I'd like to thank today my whole family here, my son-in-law Jacques and my sister-in-law Claudette. Merci d'être ici aujourd'hui. Thank you very much. And then, like everybody else playing hockey for 12 years, I'd like to thank all my teammates and coaches for the great ride. I had a lot of fun. And then, like I said before, I started playing hockey junior to have fun. I did end my career. I was still having fun. And then, now, that's the end of it, I would say. But I'm still very happy. So I'd like to thank again the Hall of Fame committee and the president of the league. And I will always be proud to be an American Hockey League player, Hall of Famer. Thank you very much.
Michael Leighton played parts of 15 seasons in the American Hockey League during a professional career that took him to 11 NHL organizations and 13 AHL cities. A sixth-round draft pick by the Chicago Blackhawks in 1999. Leighton's pro journey began in Norfolk, Virginia, where he earned AHL All-Rookie Team honors after posting a 2.14 goals against average and a .920 save percentage for the Norfolk Admirals in 2001-2002.
Leighton, congrats on your induction into the American League Hall of Fame. It's a true testament to your ability as a player and also to your perseverance. All the best to you and your family on your special day.
He made stops in Rochester, Portland, and Philadelphia before a memorable season with the Albany River Rats, where he won the Baz Bastion Award as the AHL's Outstanding Goaltender in 2007-2008. And that spring, Leighton set a league record by making 98 saves in a 5-overtime playoff game against the Phantoms.
Hey, Leighton, I heard the news. Really happy for you, man. It's well-deserved. Just show how much of a pro you are. I'm really proud to call you my friend and be part of your journey. I hope you enjoy the moment with your family and speak to you soon.
Hey Mike, I just want to congratulate you on a heck of a career and congrats into the AHL Hall of Fame. You're a heck of a teammate to me when I was a younger guy, and really appreciate you letting me score my first professional goal on you. So congrats on everything, cheers, and celebrate and have some fun.
With the Rockford Ice Hogs in March of 2016, Leighton broke Johnny Bauer's AHL record for career shutouts, a mark that had stood for 59 years. A 5-time AHL All-Star, Leighton was a valuable member of every organization he played for, appearing in 111 games in the National Hockey League and even backstopping the Philadelphia Flyers to the Stanley Cup Final in 2010. He would finish his career with 250 wins, fifth most in league history, and 50 shutouts in his 507 regular season AHL games, with an impressive 2.38 goals against average and .916 save percentage.
Congratulations, Leighton. So well deserved on the honor of being inducted to the Hall of Fame. As a coach, coaching staff, teammates, we all had so much confidence in you and net every single time you stepped onto the ice. But you're a true professional. Every single day, no one outworked you. And the best thing about it is that you were a true teammate.
Hey, Michael. On behalf of everyone here in Rockford, we wanted to take this moment to congratulate you on this outstanding achievement of being inducted into the American Hockey League Hall of Fame. Your family must be so proud of you and all that you have achieved. It feels like just yesterday in 2015 when you surpassed the great Johnny Bower to become the shutout leader in the American Hockey League, a title you still hold to this day. It's such a great honor to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and we hope that you take this moment to reflect and celebrate it with all of your family members, and know that all of us here in Rockford are so appreciative of everything you did for us and our organization. Enjoy the evening, and congratulations.
What a remarkable career Michael had. 11 NHL organizations, 13 AHL cities, 250 wins in the AHL, Bastien Award winner as the AHL's outstanding goalie, his 50 career shutouts, the most ever in the AHL. The list goes on and on. And not long ago, Michael was attending this event as an all-star participant. Truly a full circle moment. It's my pleasure to ask Michael to come up to the stage to accept his Hall of Fame crystal and ring.
All right, we don't have to worry. I'm not going to speak French, and I think I lost the email. It said 4 minutes, so sorry about that, guys. Thank you very much to Coachella Valley for hosting such a great event. Thank you to Scott Howson and the AHL committee for this incredible honor. Michael Dermond for incredible hospitality shown to my family and guests. Congratulations to the other inductees. Amazing careers. Great people, and I'm definitely honored to share the stage with you guys tonight. There's certain moments in a hockey player's life that stand out as truly special. And for me and my family, this is definitely one of those moments. Receiving a phone call from Scott was also a memorable moment for me, not just because of the honor, but also for the reaction of my 11-year-old son who was listening to the phone call. Sorry, I didn't tell you he was on speaker there. So after the phone call, my son, I looked over at him and I said, "What do you think, buddy?" And he said, I started thinking, what's going through his head? I thought maybe he would say things like, "That's amazing, Dad. Congratulations," or "I'm so proud of you." And so he looked and said, "So you got to say a speech in front of these people." I said, "Yeah, no big deal. Just say a couple words here and there." And he goes, "Wow, I can't wait to see this." He goes, "You have trouble ordering food at a Tim Hortons drive-thru without messing up." So thanks for that special moment. To my children, Ella, Anna, and Theo, my biggest fans. Your support and encouragement and excitement kept me going all those years. And it wasn't easy. The frequent moves, changing in schools, and leaving friends and family behind. And then me being away from you guys for long stretches of time. But through it all, you stood by me, and that meant everything to me, so thank you guys. Love you. Oh, man. Okay, to my wife, Jen, I don't even know where to start. I could talk hours up here for everything you did for us, not just for me, for our family. Only you and I truly understand everything we went through. Me being away long stretches of time, you with the kids by yourself, 3 kids. I truly believe this achievement is as much as yours as it is mine. You truly were the backbone of everything I did. Yes, I stopped pucks. It's easy. But you did so much more. And knowing you were at a game or watching on TV meant so much to me. I love you and thank you for all your support. To my mother-in-law, father-in-law, Barry and Ange, who are here today, thank you for everything you guys did for me. It's truly amazing the love and support you guys showed us, to me and my family. And it definitely didn't go unnoticed, everything you guys did. So thank you for being here tonight, and I love you guys. To my agent, Rob Hooper, Mike Liute of Octagon, right from day one, you've done an incredible job. Thank you. Dr. William Myers and Cindy, my good friends. I was lucky enough to meet Doc in 2004 when I was referred to him after an injury. I had 3 surgeries with Dr. Myers. He was one of the skilled doctors that kept my career going so long. And 20 years later, I'm still calling him my friend, so it's amazing. Thank you. He's such a good friend in my highlight season in 2010, but it kind of ended in a low in my career. Dr. Myers dragged me to a Philadelphia Phillies baseball game. After just a couple days after losing the Stanley Cup Finals, so it was tough on me. I didn't want to go, Doc. You know that. And he called me and he said, "Too bad, I'm picking you up." And it was amazing. I get to the rink or the field, and I was on the jumbotron. They put me on jumbotron, and they thanked me for an amazing season and playoff run. And the crowd gave me a standing ovation. And Doc looked at me and said, "See, they love you." So something I always remember. And thank you, Doc and Cindy, for coming today. To my friend Dave Andrews, thank you. It's been a pleasure working alongside you when I was a member of the PHPA Executive Committee, witnessing firsthand how much you did care about the league and the people involved. You and Larry Landon did amazing things together and helped shape this league to what it is today, so thank you. I had the privilege of playing in 13 AHL teams, and while I wish I can personally sit up here and thank every organization, it's simply impossible to do so with such limited time. Although some of the stays for certain organizations were shorter than others, every organization was also welcoming to my family and myself. No matter how long I was there, it always felt like home. And for that, I truly am grateful. Each organization contributed in making my career so successful. I have to mention Mark Bernard, who was on the screen, who was amazing, and Al McIsaac for always believing in me. And in 2014, I thought my career was going to be possibly over. I canceled my contract in the KHL. I contracted viral meningitis. And after spending 6 weeks in bed, fever, memory loss, headaches, it was a mess, wondering if I was ever going to recover, I got a call from Bernie. And Bernie said 3 questions. He says, "What the heck's going on? Are you starting to feel better? And can you play?" It was that phone call that allowed me to play another 5 seasons. And it was with Bernie and the Rockford Ice Hogs that I was able to break the shutout record. Thank you to the Rockford Ice Hogs and their incredible staff, Mike Peck, who's here tonight. Thank you, Mike. Nate Henney, Julia Johnson, for such memorable moments for the 2 seasons for myself and my family. And speaking of memorable moments, breaking that shutout record in Rockford in front of an almost sold-out crowd and having my family join me on the ice to celebrate is truly a career highlight. And if that wasn't special enough, even having the great Johnny Bauer call me and congratulate me was such an amazing and unforgettable moment. They call me a journeyman, and I take that as a badge of honor. One of the greatest takeaways in playing on so many teams is the incredible people you meet along the way. The friendships I built are truly priceless. In fact, there's 3 All-Stars here today that I had the privilege of playing alongside. I had Kevin Potsy. I think they're here tonight. They probably still owe me some money from all the bus trips and card games we played, so if you guys win tonight, just sign your check over to me, please. Appreciate it. Jordy Kinnear, an All-Star coach. Congratulations, Jordy. It's amazing. Moments like this remind me that this game is not just about hockey. It's about the people. From the owners, the GMs, the coaches, the goalie coaches, the medical staff, the equipment trainers, the fans, and my teammates. And each and every one of them played a role in making me a better person and player. So, to the players here today, enjoy your journey. It won't be easy, so work hard, appreciate your family, your friends, your coaches, your teammates, Cherish the long bus rides, the flights, the card games, the dinners with your friends. Enjoy the grind. And most of all, have fun with it. To the AHL, thank you again for this incredible honor. I will forever be grateful for the opportunities that I was given me throughout my career. And it's been an unforgettable journey, and I'm truly honored to be a part of history. Congratulations to the players and coaches. I wish you nothing but the best of luck today and future endeavors. Thank you, everybody.
Again, congratulations to everyone inducted today. Another round of applause for our inductees. How about another round of applause for our playing captains, Zach Dalby as well as Curtis McKenzie. And of course, our honorary captains, Grant Fuhr and Lauren Hennig. So we also want to thank once again our great sponsors for this entire weekend and today's ceremony for Spotlight 29 Casino, as well as Acrisure, and of course Silvercrest. And we want to thank everyone for being here and of course watching as well if they're watching on FloHockey this morning. There's plenty of great memories to be made all weekend long. We had a lot of them last night. We're going to have a lot again this evening at the All-Star Challenge. We appreciate everyone for coming out today. Enjoy the rest of the day, get some sunshine, maybe get a couple of holes of golf in if you can, and we'll see you tonight at Acrisure Arena. I'm Evan Pimnick. Thanks for joining us. And a reminder for the players, your pregame meal is at 1 o'clock in the Mountain View room here on the lobby level. I know you guys love your pregame meal, so enjoy some chicken and pasta, guys. Thanks for coming today.